What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh, ha! I've been waiting for this. I have. I've been waiting for a while for this, like over a year and a half for this. I am very excited about this. We're diving into the world, well, let me rephrase that. You guys are going to dive into the world with me of SCP, Secure, Contain, Protect. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. SCP is one of the most original sci-fi slash thriller slash suspense slash horror that writing that I have read in a long time. I remember diving into them just before COVID hit, and I found the website and I started reading a lot of the articles on SCP. Man, the things that these guys come up with are brilliant, like absolutely brilliant. I'm not gonna go in too depth into what SCP is. Basically, SCP is it's a bunch of things, entities, articles, things, just basically just nouns. Basically, it could be living things, it could be entities, it could be an energy source, it could be as simple as a mask or a pencil or whatever it is. You know, but they're things that need to be contained and controlled and secured because these things could have devastating consequences on the human race if they are not controlled and taken care of. And everybody has their favorites. Everybody has their favorite things. Some people like, you know, SCP-053, which if I'm not mistaken is the Plague Doctor. I like the Plague Doctor, by the way. I think the Plague Doctor is a very fascinating character. But I mean, it's not always characters. I mean, there's an IKEA. Seriously, I think it's called the Never Ending IKEA. It's an IKEA store, and it has to be contained. It has to be, you know, they have to put up defenses and stuff to keep people out of it because it's dangerous, you know? It's an interesting concept, and if you guys ever want to dive into this, I very strongly recommend you do because it is really some of the most original writing I have ever read for the world of suspense, thriller, horror, sci-fi, you name it, it's all there. One of the community, and there's a big community for SCP, one of the biggest and most popular entities in the SCP is SCP-096, also known as the Shy Guy. And apparently somebody made a short film about 096, and yeah, we're gonna be checking that out today. Very excited. A big thank you to Eddie Bollin. I hope I pronounced that name right. E-D-D-Y, I'm sure that's Eddie. B-O-L-L-Y-N, Bollin. I hope that's the name. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah, Eddie Bollin wanted to see me react to this. It's an SCP short film called 096. Now, have I ever seen this before? No, I have not. I didn't even know this existed, and I'm glad I didn't, because if I had found this, if I had known that this existed, I would have watched it, and it would have ruined this reaction. When Eddie, or it might be a she, I don't know, E-D-D-Y, it could be a he or a she. When Eddie requested this, I was like, get out of here. There's no way this really exists. I grabbed the link and I just to see if it really existed. Sure enough, it does. Oh my God, I'm excited. I have been waiting, seriously, I've been waiting a long time to see this. This whole film, from what I understand, the entire film is centered around the 096-1-A incident, which is a pretty horrific incident. If you ever dive into 096, or if you dive into the SCP and you end up on 096, You definitely want to read that incident, man. It is chilling. It is absolutely chilling. The way that they describe in detail everything, or to be more specific, the way they don't go into detail. They just kind of like skirt around things, but they skirt around it in such a way that you know it's horrific. It was bad, apparently. And from what I understand, this short film was made independently with a budget of only $23,000. So they made this thing, filmed it, crewed it, edited it, everything with only $23,000. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, quality is going to be an issue, I have a feeling. I don't know. This may not look good, but the story is great, though. If you guys ever do, seriously, dive into SCP, definitely check out 096, check out The Shy Guy, and definitely check incident 096-1-A. It's downright heart-wrenching, man. It really is. Okay, let's get to this. I've never done a short film on the Reaction channel before, so this is going to be interesting. This was posted by Mr. Clay. I don't know if that's the person who made it. Maybe it is. And the video has 4.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready, man. I can't wait. I'm excited. Let's get those fingers up, because here we go. All right, here we go. Man, I'm excited about this. 096 SCP short film in 4K. Remember, this was only shot on a budget of $23,000, so I'm not expecting, you know, like high-grade production, but hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it looks good. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Big brother, this is Echo Romeo Alpha. Target is secure. RTB.
Romeo Alpha, that's the one that actually secured him. So that happened after everything was done. Wow. Using the end to foreshadow the beginning. That's great. Oh, they didn't really try shooting him, did they? Ah! What a waste of bullets. I like the music. Inaccurate. There would be no bodies. That must have been the containment cell. I thought it was steel wall. I didn't know there was concrete in the walls. There it is, the containment cell. Oh, I like that. Bring in the 096. Nice. Secure, contain, protect. Yep. Great job on the logo. Okay. Who are you? Are you Dr. Dan or are you Dr. Oleski? I'll bet you that's Dan. I'll bet you it's Dr. Dan. Oleski was very relaxed when in his interview. When he was being interviewed, he didn't appear nervous at all until he got caught in a lie. Saying that, oh, he was getting coffee in the break room when the breakout happened. And at the end of the interviewer was like, so we just want to go over one thing with you. Where were you again? Getting coffee in the break room? Yeah, there was no break room at that site, and there was no coffee. So you better start talking right now, doctor. Let's try this again. Then he got nervous. But this guy's nervous already, so I'm willing to bet this is Dr. Dan. So let's see if I'm right about that. this one of the OS? No, you never see the OS. Just one of the H and someone with that. I like the sound, the ambient sound.
This is Inspector Arlia beginning session 5 of the investigation for incident 096-1-Alpha.
Yep.
I am here with Dr. Daniels.
Dr. Dan!
Hello.
I was right. Dr. Dan, I was right. Cool. I feel good about that. I feel like I know where this might be going. Okay, good.
Arlia beginning session 5 of the investigation for incident 096-1-Alpha. I am here with Dr. Daniels. Hello, Doctor.
Have you caught it yet?
Yes. You'll be pleased to hear containment has been attained.
Oh, thank God.
We do have some questions, obviously. It's been very difficult to get a clear picture of the case. We hope you can help us.
Yes, of course.
Good. Now, Doctor, for the record, where were you when containment was broken?
He was in the Alps.
I was on an excavation in the mountains.
Which mountains?
Comparing lab samples with local geology.
And in your absence, who was in charge of the lab?
Oleksy.
Dr. Oleksy.
And how was 096 being held?
As per protocol. 096 is being kept in a Class 13 containment cube. No windows, no cameras, no one it is possible to see its face. Any instrumentation or life support system is in strict compliance.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's important because I'll talk more about the lore about 096 in the review, but long story short, anybody that sees its face is doomed, pretty much, because it will find you and it will redact you. We never really told what it actually does, but there's no bodies. It is 096 is held in a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter cube, made of reinforced steel plating. There are no cameras. The only thing that there are in the cell are pressure plates, so that you can detect where 096 is within the cube. And there are lasers. There's a laser grid inside, so they can detect movement. But absolutely no cameras. No way you could possibly see its face. That's very important. And if memory serves, 096 always hangs out by the east wall in the containment cell. Why that is, no one knows. Maybe it's because that's the wall that's closest to his home, which supposedly is in the Alps somewhere. But he's always hanging out by the east wall. If he's not by the east wall, something's up. So anyway, let's keep going here. So far, so good. I'm like, this is actually pretty well shot. I'm pretty impressed.
When exactly was containment broken?
I haven't been informed of the exact time yet.
Yes, of course. Apologies, Doctor. We're a bit disorganized ourselves.
Yeah, right. That's a trick. He didn't falter, but he saw the trick.
Doctor?
Are they watching us?
The O5s.
You must be more specific, Doctor.
The O5s.
The O5. Are they watching us?
Yes.
I'm sure they are.
Well, maybe now they'll listen to me when I say we need to kill it.
This could have been a catastrophe.
Unfortunately, it's a bit too late for could have been, Doctor.
What do you mean?
Let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Yeah, it's already been a disaster, Doctor, as you well know. Too late.
Relax, Doctor. All protocols have been followed. All personnel inside Stage 2 containment saw its face. Unfortunately, that was just the start.
Recording.
Okay, this is researcher Michael Allen.
And researcher Daryl Landry.
Reporting an event with 096.
At approximately 1557, audio blips were picked up by sensors Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. There it is again.
Oh, he's crying. Oh, no.
Readings are showing 096 on the north wall, stationary.
North wall, and he's crying. Oh, this is bad. Oh, no. Oh, boy. This is so good. This is really good. I'm really impressed with this so far.
And Alpha 2. There it is again.
And you can hear him crying.
The readings are showing 096 on the north wall, stationary. We should
north
get
wall.
Alexi down here.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It should hold, right?
Nope.
Just get a hold of
Close your
Alexi.
eyes. Close your eyes. Too late. Oh, man. Oh, man.
It rapidly became clear that 096's target, which we've labeled 096-1, was nowhere close by.
Wait.
So when somebody sees 096's face, it triggers 096. Doesn't matter where in the world it is. It could be completely on the other side of the world. If someone sees a picture of 096's face or a photograph or video footage of his face, it triggers 096, and that person that saw the face becomes designated 096-1 because that becomes the triggering target, the catalyst for whatever happens afterwards. So someone somewhere saw its face in a photograph or a video or somewhere, and that triggered it, which caused the breakout. The other two agents that were there saw its face, so they both got redacted. Whenever they're dead, we know that, but in the SCP lore, there's never any bodies found. So the assumption is they're devoured, completely devoured, everything. So those two guards are history. Hopefully nobody else sees its face.
In the event of a stage 1 breach,
It became clear that 096's target, which we've labeled 096-1, was nowhere close by.
Wait. In the event of a stage 1 breach, the automated protocols ensure that a sleeping agent...
The automated protocols failed to start. In the event of an automation failure, it would be up to the operations chief, in this case, Dr. Alexi.
Well, where the hell was he?
He was found hiding in a janitorial closet.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Dead.
Dead?
No.
Indeed.
Not really. That's inaccurate, but...
Alexi, you idiot.
I'm sorry for your loss, Doctor, but we do have a lot more to cover. After breaching the base, 096 moved in a straight vector towards the mountains.
Once he's triggered, he will travel in a straight line to 096-1's position. Doesn't matter where in the world it is. It doesn't matter what's in his way. It is a straight line. He'll go over mountains. He'll go through oceans. He'll do whatever he has to do, but he goes in a straight line. No turning, no curvature, no nothing. It is a straight from A to B. And it doesn't matter how far away it is. And I think as we're about to see here, nothing can stop him. Nothing. Bullets, ineffective. Missiles, ineffective. Bombs, ineffective. Thermite, ineffective. Fire, flamethrowers, ineffective. Nothing can stop him. He is, for all means and purposes, 096 is indestructible. There's only been one SCP that has had any effect on him so far, and that was the indestructible reptile. So, this is ought to be interesting. Looks like we got an A10 Warthog. Oh boy, let's see how this goes.
Big brother, this is Hog 1 approaching estimated target location. Over.
Yep, Hog 1, it's a Warthog.
Copy, Hog 1. Maintain vector. I think I've got something. Target visual.
Yep, there he goes.
Clear for strafing round, over.
Moving fast. quick. I'm shocked at how well. You might have tripped him up. Yep. There we go again.
Ineffective on target. Copy. Going hot on 2 Mavericks.
Don't bother.
3, 2, 1.
Fire.
Direct hit.
Oh yeah, direct hit. He made him fall over. He made him roll. Waiting for him to come out. There he is.
No effect. I repeat, no effect on target.
No effect at all.
Copy, Hog 1. Return to base. Retrieval team, maintain vector.
That's all you can do now is try to retrieve him.
096 proved difficult to keep track of. It doesn't show up on satellite thermal imaging oftentimes. We were only able to track it by the path of destruction it left. About 2 hours into pursuit, it crossed a state highway.
Oh wow, they put that in there.
It was slightly traveled at the time, but 12 people still saw its face.
We needed more.
12 people still saw its face on that highway. Oh yeah, that was in the incident. I thought it was more than 12. I thought it was like 36. I thought it was 36. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn that number was higher than 12. Yeah. Yeah. I remember reading in the incident report, they were interviewing all the personnel that were involved in his recapture. Now, I think one of the most chilling parts of that report was one of the soldiers talking about the highway incident in particular. He was very numb when he was answered. He was being asked all these questions, and he was just like in shock over what he had seen and what he had experienced. Talking about how he watched 096 just rip the top off of a minivan and attack the family that was inside. Later on, that soldier was found in his room. He had hung himself, and in his hand was what was left of a crumpled up pacifier. So you could probably imagine who and what was in that minivan. And yeah, that, oof, chilling, absolutely chilling.
Path of destruction it left. About 2 hours into pursuit, it crossed a state highway. We were lucky it was lightly traveled at the time, but 12 people still saw its face.
We needed more preparation. For when, not if, but when there was a breach.
You did have a considerable budget, Doctor, but
Scramble.
It seems that most of your focus was on the scramble goggles?
Yep.
Yes.
Ineffective.
I've said time and again that the scramble program was the only achievable technology to give us a fighting chance. Especially when you assholes wouldn't let me do proper research. As I said, it has always been a when.
Doctor, please, we have a lot more to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, 096 reached victim 096-1. A young man who lived on a small farm at the foot of the mountains.
Wow. Effective.
His wife and newborn child.
Oh no, that's right.
Ian?
There he is.
Ian!
Close your eyes, lady, close your eyes.
Are you bothered by something, Dr. Daniels?
For only $23,000 of budget, I'm really impressed by this so far. This is really good. The angles, the lighting, the sound, even the acting is pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to win an Oscar or anything like that, but even the acting is good. I mean, whew. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this.
Why didn't you let me kill it?
For the record, Doctor, you don't know how to kill it. Much of the research you've requested equates to torturing 096, which is inhumane.
Inhumane? Inhumane? There's nothing human about that thing! This is insane.
True. There's nothing human about it.
Yes, Doctor, people have died. Isn't that a tragedy?
You people are a bunch of goddamn psychopaths.
Our only concern is to secure, contain, and protect. Which brings us to our next point.
Uh-huh. Project
Your
Scramble.
goggles.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do they work? Just for the record, Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They're mixed reality goggles. Each eye is fed a video feed, and an AI detects and scrubs out 096's face from the image.
Brilliant solution to a very complicated problem. Expensive, too. It's a shame they didn't work.
What?
Let's continue.
To go a little more in depth on what Scramble does. So the camera lenses on the goggles, they pick up the video feed, they send it to an AI, and it scrambles it. Now, the thing is, once it scrambles the face of 096, it's supposed to feed it based on a delay. So there's no actual quote-unquote live feed going direct. It's supposed to be about a 1.5 to 2 second long delay. I believe it was, no, that was too long. It was supposed to be a 0.5 to 0.8 second delay. Well, unfortunately, the delay was too short. As I have a feeling we're going to see here.
Town 1, be advised, you're approaching the compound.
Okay.
1 Bravo, clearing structure line.
'So well shot.
1 Alpha, nearing target. Target confirmed. Copy. Marker placed. Proceed with bagging.
I see a body there. Inaccurate. There should be no body. After 096 takes care of its trigger target, in this case 096-1, and it looks like his wife and kid here too. Once the triggering entity has been dealt with, 096 de-escalates himself. He usually just stands there, head down, and cries, or he curls up into a ball, hunched down, still upright, but hunched down and cries, and just rocks back and forth, and he becomes absolutely docile and harmless at that point, as long as no one else sees his face. So what they're going to do now is they're going to go and they're going to put a bag over his head so you can't see his face, and take him back to whatever SCP facility that he's being housed at. They have to put him in a new cell. They have to construct a new cell, obviously, which is probably being done as we speak, so that by the time they do capture him and they take him back, hopefully the cell will all be ready for him. They'll dump him in the cell, take off the hood, and beat feet, get out of there. So, without seeing his face. That's the trick. That's the whole thing, is you just can't see his face. As long as you don't see his face, you're fine. You can look at his body all day long. Doesn't matter. It's his face. So let's see how ineffective these scramble goggles are.
Moving to you, Alpha. Initiate bagging. What was that?
Uh-oh.
Shit. Something's wrong. Scramble is ineffective. Fuck. Engage.
No. Don't bother, guys.
Bravo. Fall back.
guarantee of MTF Tal 1 was terminated. 8 of the best mobile task force we have.
They should have worked.
But they didn't.
The tests. They were supposed to work.
All of this brings us to the source of this tragedy.
Yeah. The source of the whole tragedy, the thing that started this, the thing that SCP-096-1 saw. And this is what's going to blow your minds, folks. I already know what it is. I already know it. I'm very familiar with this story. So I know what it is. And when you guys hear what triggered him, chilling. Absolutely chilling. I know this is all fake. I know this is all fiction. But try to imagine for a second that a creature like this really did exist. How dangerous a creature like this could be. When all it takes to trigger it is to see its face in a video or even a photograph. Just wait.
Open it.
If I was Dr. Dan, I would not open that right now. For all I know, that could be that could be a picture of it. That's a death sentence.
What am I looking at?
I believe the important part is still in the envelope, Doctor.
I like her, man. She has just got that steely gaze.
Is this?
Yes. What was an original photograph of 096 in the wild.
Someone photographed it?
We dated the photograph to the 1980s. It seems the original photographer and all of its subsequent viewers were completely unaware of 096's presence. Until a young man at the farmhouse, that is.
This has been scratched out by hand. By who? How?
Your scramble goggles proved to be somewhat useful, after all.
Oh, man. I love her. Man, she is cold. Absolutely cold. I love her. She is absolutely embodying an agent of SCP. Dear Lord. Woo. And the guy playing Dr. Dan is really doing a good job of selling it, man. He really is. Oh, man. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, the scramble goggles did come in handy. Don't look at his face. Oh my God, they put the pacifier in. Are you kidding? No! Oh my God, they put in the pacifier. I love this. The attention to detail. Really good. I mean, granted, there's some inaccuracies. I get it. You know, there's bodies. There shouldn't be any bodies. I get it. But for the sake of the film, I guess they have to leave the bodies there for aesthetics. But, I mean, just little details like this, putting in the pacifier. Man, that's good stuff. Great stuff. All right, bag them already. Let's go.
Echo Romeo Alpha 1. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Romeo Alpha 1. They asked him what's wrong. He said nothing after seeing that pacifier.
Holy shit.
Come on, Agent. Something you haven't seen before. bag him. Bag him, bag him, bag him. Oh.
Bag him, please. Copy, Echo Romeo Alpha. Move to extraction.
And now what triggered him? What triggered him?
Found something.
Uh-oh.
Big brother, target is triggered.
So the scramble goggles failed again, but at least they detected 096's face in that photograph. But unfortunately, Scramble still failed, and he was able to detect, and he saw the face through a glitch. So unfortunately, he's a dead man. And he knows it. He knows he's dead. He knows he's dead. He knows it's just a matter of seconds now. But at least he was able to scratch out 096's face. Good on him.
Apparently, 096's face was so small in the image, it took up less than 4 pixels.
4 pixels?
4 pixels.
All this?
Yep. Think about that. Think about how many pictures exist in the world. Think about how many videos exist in the world. If a creature like this actually existed, 4 pixels. He was in the background. He was in the background of the background. 4 pixels. That made up his face. That's all it took. What are the chances? What are the odds that maybe you own a photograph, you have a picture hanging up on your wall, and somewhere in the background, 4 pixels that could end up being your death? Oh! Oh, man! So good! It's so good. I love the lore behind this character. I really do.
4 fucking pixels?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for, Doctor?
Yeah, this ought to be interesting.
Everything. They were supposed to work on my plans. The goggles. They were supposed to save lives. What was the final casualty count?
15 civilians, 48 Foundation members, 63 deaths in total.
So, that's what all this is about. So much death.
Over 4 pixels.
And you want someone to pin it on, eh? Someone to punish.
Doctor, in here, you will find the clearances necessary to begin termination trials on SCP-096. The O5 Council has come to your side.
Yep.
Do you mean I'm allowed to kill it?
If you can.
You're allowed to try.
Yeah. Good luck.
Do you mean I'm allowed to kill it?
You're allowed to try.
I cannot believe this was all shot for 20
All we
grand.
ask is that in your termination attempts, you solidify the research and create a more effective solution to our containment needs. Dr. Daniels, is there anything else you'd like to say on record?
No. No, I think that's everything.
Yeah, you got what you
Very well
wanted.
then. This concludes session 5 of the SCP-096-1-Alpha investigation.
That's right, Dr. Dan.
My condolences to you for the loss of your colleagues.
I want everybody to watch me roll my eyes right now, because I know there's more to the story than that. It's not, trust me when I say that you have to read the entire incident report of 096-1-A. If you read it, you'll know why I'm rolling my eyes. You'll know exactly why. I'm curious to see if they're going to divulge why in this. Termination agreement. There it is. You got what you wanted.
Alexei, we did it.
Yep. Oh, they let it out. Wow. Spoiler. They let it out.
Good work.
He's smart. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Are the O5s still in line?
We're still here.
Okay, so this guy's not an O5. The O5s are online. They've been listening and they've been watching from their location. This guy's probably just her handler. Man, I'm really impressed by this.
And Inspector Everett is right. Well done, Arlia.
Thank you, madam. It was short of a confession, but I believe we have enough.
It's a shame. Daniels really is brilliant. If he were more motivated, perhaps he could have unlocked the secrets to 096's uncanny sensory abilities.
Easy to. He's proven his point.
The only thing he's proven is that he's as much of a monster as he considers us.
That's enough. Inspector Arlia, after everything you just saw, has your hunch been confirmed?
I believe so. The way he handled the photograph, he's definitely familiar with it. I suspect he's been holding on to it for a stunt like this.
But still, how could he have warned Alexei? His absence in the control room was our first lead.
Outside help? Has Alexei given us anything new?
No. He's staying loyal, although his initial discrepancies are damning enough.
Get what we can out of him. Then he's to be terminated.
Yep.
Quickly and quietly. Remember, he's officially already dead.
Yes, he is.
When do we inform Daniels that we know he orchestrated the breach?
Only after he kills it.
Yep. After he serves his purpose. Wow, they're letting everything up. Man, kudos to the writer and to the director and all the actors involved. Kudos to everyone involved for not spoiling it to the very... well, we're not done yet. We still got another 3 minutes, but majority of this is over, and they're just now letting the cat out of the bag that they know that he, Dr. Dan, orchestrated this whole thing. Even the picture. He put the picture in that guy's rec room or in his garage or whatever. He put that picture there, knowing what was on there, so that the guy would eventually find it, trigger SCP-096, and this whole thing, so that he could use those scramble goggles. The thing is, he knew the scramble goggles weren't going to work. He has orchestrated this whole thing so that he could justify and prove to the O5s that 096 needs to be destroyed. So he proved his point. Cost a lot of lives to do it. Billions of dollars in fake research to do it. The thing is, the O5s know it. It's all been proven. He's a dead man once he figures out how to kill 096. And once that's done, he's dead. Alexei is already on his way out. I love how they kept him alive. I mean, they already said he's going to be terminated after his interview. So, and they're not going to tell him. They already told him that Alexei's already dead. So that's great. Man, they really... I would say with about 98% accuracy, they followed the incident to the T, man. Good on them. Good on the writers. Good on the director. Good on everybody.
Yes, madam. When do we inform Daniels that we know he orchestrated the breach?
Only after he kills it.
Yeah. Good luck killing it. Oh, that's it? Man. A 20-minute episode. Yes. Okay. Stephanie Half. I like her. I really like her. James Fitzgerald is Dr. Daniels. I really like her, man. She's, man, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Love her. The 05 Council. I cannot believe this was all shot for 23 grand, though. I mean, look at the staff. Intro music composition, which I really liked. Not a whole lot of credits, but there's still a number of people in there that had to be paid. Funded on Kickstarter. I love this. Yeah. Giving thanks to all the people who supported it, financed it. Yep. I think the opening credit music was really good. I mean, this is good, but I really enjoyed the opening credit music. I'll be there in a minute. Holy cow. A lot of supporters. Post-credit scene? Dark Math Production. Wow. It's amazing what you could do with a budget of only $23,000. Yep. Mm-hmm. God, this makes me want to go back onto SCP and get back into it again. Oh, man. There is some great stuff in there. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very exceeded all of my expectations. When I saw the budget was 23 grand, I'm not going to lie, folks. My expectations went down here. But, for 23 grand, that was some of the best camera work, sound design, lighting, post-production, script writing I think I've ever seen for 23 grand. Wow. Wow, wow. That's all I can say is wow. All right, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was 096, an SCP short film based on the 096-1-A incident. This was a request from Eddie Bolin. Hope I pronounced that last name right. Wow. To say that I'm impressed and that my mind has been blown is an understatement. this is where I'm going to talk for a long time, so get yourselves comfortable, folks. I got into the SCP universe by complete accident right before COVID hit. It was back in 2019, might have been 2018, when I discovered SCP and the world of SCP, and I started diving into it. And I got introduced to a few characters thanks to YouTube. Shy Guy was one of them. He was one of the first ones that I got introduced to. I think the very first one was the Plague Doctor. But then I discovered what was it? The concrete statue, the comedy and tragedy mask, the IKEA. I thought the IKEA was a great one. Leviathan, the stairwell, the pen. I think it was a pen. No, it was an inkwell. An inkwell. The Living Doll, Cain and Abel. I mean, there's so many. The Indestructible Reptile. There's so many characters. God, there's like 5,000 or 7,000. No, when I left off, I think there was 8,000 entries into the world of SCP. 8,000 specific entities, things that were classified as SCP worthy. Yeah, I remember I fell in love with the SCP universe. I don't know why I stopped reading. I guess I got too busy with the channel, I think is what happened. I got to get back into it. It is some really good reading. And for those of you that are big fans of, extraterrestrial stuff, out of this world stuff, otherworldly stuff, sci-fi / thriller / horror / suspense, you really should do a deep dive into the SCP world, man. You really should, because this is some of the most original, well thought out, well designed storytelling you could possibly read. And the thing is, none of it's too long. Like every entry only has like a couple of pages. There's not a whole lot to read up, so you can go through, 10, 15, 20, 50 entities within an hour, and you won't even realize, time's flown by, and you all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, I've read 40 of these things, and it's only been like an hour and a half. What the heck, It's great reading. It really is. SCP-096, the Shy Guy, he's one of the favorites. He really is one of the favorites. Has a great backstory, great lore, an interesting trigger mechanism. He's just a very, very intriguing character. Prior to doing this part, after I watched the video, I went and I checked on 096 in the wiki, and he had been moved from Keter to Euclid. Now, when I was really into the SCP, he was classified as Keter, so I was actually thrilled to see that they moved him to Euclid, moved him down. He's not a threat. That's the everybody. I remember when he was first classified as Keter, I was like, I don't know if I agree with that. Keter means they're trying to escape. Like, the whole purpose behind SCP is to contain. Most importantly, secure and contain and protect. Not to kill, not to eliminate, just to make everybody on the outside world safe from these things. And a lot of these things are trying to escape. And they're dangerous. They're a danger to society. They're danger to human life. They could even be danger to existence as a whole. So, and they are actively trying to escape, like the Indestructible Reptile. He is Keter. He is trying to break out and cause havoc. The thing with 096, the thing with the Shy Guy is he's not trying to escape. He's perfectly comfortable just sitting in his cell and just being there, and he has no problem with that. He never actively tries to escape until he's triggered. And that was the big debate. Does that classify him as being Keter or Euclid? I've always argued for Euclid because he's not actively thinking about or planning or scheming to escape, like the Indestructible Reptile is. He's just there. He doesn't try to escape until he's triggered. I've always argued for him to be classified as Euclid. I'm really glad to see they finally did, and I hope they don't change it back. This was, and the thing about the SCP universe is everything is so well thought out and so well explained. It's It's so cool, man. Seriously, get into it. If you can, definitely get into it. Regarding this film, made independently with a budget of $23,000, you'd never know it. You'd never know it. I look at that and I could see $1 million budget easily. Easily. I wonder what he could do with $1 million. Dear Lord. Why is this not in mass production? Why hasn't Netflix or Prime Video picked up on this and made a series? Because I want everybody to think about this. There are, seriously, last time I checked, 8,000 entries into the universe here. I don't know how many there are now. I went specifically to 096's page. I didn't look at the main wiki page. I didn't see how many there. There could be 10,000 now for all I know. But the last time I checked, which was a couple of years ago, there was like 8,000 entries. That's 8,000 episodes, folks. Netflix, are you listening? Prime Video, are you listening? I mean, you guys could seriously take each of these entries, make a single episode about each one, and that's 8,000 episodes. You will never run out of material. And the thing is, the writing's already been done for you. It's already been done for you. You don't even have to think about it. All you have to do is take the material that's already been written and adapt it to screen. That's not hard, especially considering how well written all of these entries are. Now, granted, there's going to be some of those entries that aren't going to be what I would say gangbusters, like the pen or the inkwell, or you know, the thumbtack or the rubber band. I don't think those are going to necessarily be, you know, gangbuster episodes, and you could probably skip them. But you'll still have at least, bare minimum, you're going to have at least, I would say 800, let's just go 10%. 800 episodes. 800 episodes. Think about this for a second. Let's say you do 16 episodes per season, right? How many seasons is that? How many seasons would that be? 50? 50 seasons? Dear Lord, you got enough material to take you into the next millennium. I got no issue at all with anything we saw, really, except for one thing. But the fact that this was made with a budget of 23 grand, I mean, look at what we saw. We saw CGI effects, a little rough, but I mean, I think they looked really good for what they were. We had a great cast of actors, a bunch of, and here's the thing, I think part of the reasons why this worked so well is we had a bunch of unknowns. Don't put well-known actors into these things. Seriously, give a lot of unknown actors a chance with this, because what have you got to lose? You know, seriously. You don't even need $1 million budget. All you need is $23,000. You had the lighting, you had the sound design, you had a score, you had a script, you had costumes, you had sets, you had the whole shebang. And you did it all with a cost of 23 grand. I think Netflix could afford that. I think Netflix could afford to dump 10 times that much into each episode. And I guarantee you, there is a huge fan base for SCP. They will join. You guys want to boost up your numbers? You want to boost up your subscriber numbers? Guarantee you, start a series. You're going to see your numbers climb, okay? I promise you. And seriously, put $250,000 into each episode. That's all you got to do. Put $250,000 in. You don't even have to put that much in, but the more you put in, the better you make it look, the better it's probably going to come out. And don't use big name actors. Use no-namers. Use people who have, you know, who have no resume at all. Put them in there. Give them a couple lines. That's all you got to do. But, you know, you don't have to spend tens of millions of dollars to get Nicolas Cage to come and be in there. Give me a break. You know, you don't need Nick Cage for this. You don't need any big name actor for this. You really don't. The story will take care of itself, I promise. As we saw here, you know, the actors did a great job with the characters. The agent, man, oh boy. Was she cold or what? My God, no emotion. None. I loved her. The guy doing Dr. Dan, I thought did a great job. Yeah, I think he did a great job portraying the character. All the representation was fantastic. I love the aerial footage of the A-10 Warthog. I thought that was great. The sound design was awesome. I think the opening credit music was better than the ending credit music, but the ending credit music was good. I really liked how they used the opening credit score, though. It was very foreboding. I loved it. Thought that was great. The only complaint I have, in all honesty, the only complaint I have, it was a little inaccurate with the bodies. Now, I understand that a lot of people watching this have no idea what 096 does. They don't even know what 096 is. So they needed to leave the bodies there for aesthetics, for the people who don't know. I get that. I do understand. But it's still inaccurate, you know what I mean? Because 096, there were no bodies. And anybody who follows SCP, they're gonna probably say the same thing. Why are there bodies? You know, there shouldn't be any bodies. But for the purpose of a show and introducing people who don't know anything about Shy Guy or 096, they gotta leave something to show that he, you know, 096 is a killing machine when he gets triggered. He is. And they had to have that happen some way. If there were no bodies, then people would be like, well, where are the bodies? This isn't very real and blah, blah, blah. So I get it. I get it. I get it. Overall, though, I was super impressed. Super impressed. I would say 98% accurate. I love the fact they put in the pacifier, and they had the agent. They asked him, are you okay? What's wrong? And he said nothing. You know that's the agent they're going to interview later who ends up hanging himself. You know it is with that pacifier in his hand when they find him. No, it was very well done. Everything was very well thought through. Everything was strategically placed. It was well executed. Great acting, great everything. I mean, I was seriously impressed with a budget of only 23 grand. Good Lord, Netflix, are you watching? Prime Video, are you watching? If you're not picking this up, you guys are fools, straight up fools, and your companies deserve to fail, because talk about a great opportunity. I just realized I haven't given the score yet. I've been sitting here ranting and raving about how amazing this is and how impressive it was and what a great job everybody did with everything involved, and I just realized I haven't given the score. Well, let's take care of that, shall we? I think everybody has a pretty good idea of where this is gonna go. On a scale of 1 to 10, you may think you know where this is going to go, but I don't think you really know. I'm going to give that a 9.8. Yep, 9.8. You heard me. I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this deserves. I have already told you all my reasons why. Why? $23,000, and this is what they put out. That is absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing, and it was a fantastic job from start to finish. I loved watching this. I'm gonna watch it again. I guarantee I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it multiple times. It's that good. I know from what I've heard and what I've seen, there are other short stories out there for SCP. I'm gonna leave a little wiggle room, just a little, just 0.1, just in case one of them comes along that might do a better job than this. But I'm gonna be honest with you folks, I don't see that happening. I really don't. I mean, it could, it's possible, but this was some damn fine movie making for only 23 grand. Very, very impressive. And I don't see it being beaten by anything. I'm sorry, I just don't. So, but I'm gonna leave that 0.1 just in case. Maybe they do a Plague Doctor movie. Maybe they will, and it's gonna be amazing. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But as it stands, this was absolutely incredible. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I will be watching it again several times. This is gonna be one of those things I'm gonna want to watch at least 3 to 4 times a year. At least, if not more. This is going to be right up there with Spinal Tap. This is going to be one of those things that I've got to see every quarter. But yeah, 9.8. I feel very good with that score. Extremely well deserved. And to whoever made this, if whoever made this, whoever produced this and directed this, if you're watching, kudos. Kudos. I don't applaud on this channel very often. I don't. So you're getting applause from me. I tip my hat to you, and I sincerely hope that you continue to make more films like this. And if you do, contact me. I would love to be a part of it. I really would. So anyway, 9.8. I feel great with that score. I have no hesitation giving it that score. So that is where we're going to stay. 9.8, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.